So the big one, folks. The one we have all been waiting. Jerry Too Sure versus Bruno and Jerry. If somebody scared the crap out of you in the vault, he's probably one of them. So many problems could be settled just by him looking their names. But they had a positive side too. Jerry taught many of us how to play chess. Bruno's lessons were invaluable out here in the West. They bought help to teach us to survive out here. When some of were at our darkest times, Jerry came up to bat with scathing criticism of tradition. Remember how he used to say, the August King. And remember what Bruno told us that last week, most of us were terrified about leaving the vault. That many of us would die out here. That was just fine. But we could go out dying, or we could go out fighting. Bets are now open. 1.1 on 1 minute up to 2 to 1 on 3 minutes. 5 to 1 on actually knocking him out. 10 to 1 if Bruno actually taps out before the round is over.
Need some help there with the betting pool?
Yes, please. Helga. Look, folks, if you are betting for the full 3 or a knockdown, see Helga. Yes, and there you are, Ace. Just in time, this is a huge haul. Don't anybody to get any ideas.
Not a problem, Willie. This is what I'm here for. And of course to put in my own caps. Orderly line, folks. Don't worry, we'll get to you. And before you ask, I have been monitoring the other betting. Not everybody wants to pay 10% to the people who are helping out. But Bruno made it clear I'm not to interfere.
It is what it is. Like, the bets are the point, you know. But I'll bet somebody will be a hell of a lot rich tonight. See what it is there.
I've got a few extra bodies on the ready in case somebody pulls something during or after the fight.
Oh, save us from a good time there, Ace. It'll be fine. People are mostly behaving. Just let up and bring in the chill to center your vibes.
I'll be more chill, as you put it. When the camp mostly clears out and people go their own ways. Less chance for trouble then.
I thought getting laid was supposed to, like, relax you. We all heard about you and Annabella. Or was it a Leslie or something?
I should justify that with a response. But no, it was special. And to be blunt, I want to get back to it. Which I can once I no longer have to keep an eye on everything. On that note, looks like most of the bets are in. I'm going to take a quick patrol around the perimeter before the fight starts.
Okay, Jerry, I'll be your corner. But after this fight, are you really sure you can return the favor?
I have no doubt given my imminent victory, and I wish to take part in your own victory as well. It has been about Bruno and Billy. But after tonight it will be about Annabelle and Jerry.
Just remember the rules. You have to play this one right. No room for mistakes or misunderstandings.
The overseer once observed that I could simply knock over the chessboard as I once knocked over passers and rushers on the football field. Greatness is limited by simple brute strength. It allows your opponents to simplify their approach to you. My first mistake on our interactions was to underestimate you. I didn't understand how a tiny insecure girl could be great, but I learned from that mistake.
A 13-year-old girl standing at barely 5 foot versus a literal Goliath in their mid-20s standing well over 6 feet. Nobody could have predicted the actual outcome.
You hit like Bruno in his prime. So fierce. One misstep and I could have easily broken your neck. You were the perfect marriage of order and chaos.
Nobody underestimated me after the day. Talk would quiet to nothing when I entered the mess hall. They still talked about me, but didn't dare in my presence for years. And when the talk grew about me, and others, certainly there were scathing criticisms of the overseer, the senior staff, and the foundations of our society, all signed by the August King.
The August King realized something that even Jerry Too Sure did not. That homosexuality was present even in the strongest of individuals, and was not a detriment to their greatness. America failed, and one of its failures was that weakness was set by weak-minded individuals who didn't see the potential in those it deemed inferior. The only companion I still desire for this world is you, Jerry, and Annabelle. Together, I don't care if we are friends or enemies, as long as you are in my world.
And as I told you, everybody else also matters to me, but you are no less a part of that, and hey, if you don't piss me off, you won't become my enemy.
Just remember, we are the strong. and ours is the room.
Okay, folks, betting is finally close, and the pool is bigger than all the previous fights combined. Fighters to your corners, come out swinging when the bell is arranging.
I don't have to tell you that this will be one for the ages. You wanted that big fight from the moment we left the vault, and you finally got your wish.
While I doubt it will come to that, Jerry too sure is not to be harmed that he happens to either kill or parlays me. He should be celebrated as the champion in that case, nothing less.
Annabelle will have your blood if you happen to do that to Jerry, and I won't be able to stop her.
And that is where you come in, my dear. She can't have my blood or anybody else's if she can barely walk. And once you defeat her, she won't have anybody's fists but her own.
We may injure each other, but we won't kill each other. She is still a friend, of affection. Just giving her a chance to channel her aggression towards me is all.
Your guilt is misplaced entirely. It's like a bag of fucking hammers. Just set it down.
It isn't even about guilt anymore. But Billy of 25 years ago is different from Billy today, and different than 12-year-old Betsy N.
Congratulations, you change as a person. Do you want a fucking medal or something?
Not all of us change. You are still the same stubborn jackass you were the last 25 years. Then again, your father never changed either, and look where that got him.
Exactly. It didn't take isolation and coddling to change me. But the Billy today can survive in this world. The Billy of yesterday would still be sitting on the steps looking for her suntan lotion.
The Billy of today is covered in lotion and a million other things. Spent every day looking this good, and it ain't easy nor is it cheap.
You may be an old woman, but you're most beautiful when you are coughing up blood after tearing apart a super mutant. You will always be judged on your beauty, and that is their greatest weakness.
They are almost ready. Just remember, Jerry is no fool, and every move has already been well calculated in advance. Even the unexpected.
And they come out swinging, trading off on the jabs, keeping it cool and collected for now. Two giants toe-to-toe. Haven't seen blows like this since they tore apart that super mutant. They can take it, and they can dish it out, plastic man warriors all the way. Bruno is starting to slow down. Get one, Jerry is moving in the attack. Bruno is on the defense, Jerry is letting up. Bruno ain't looking so good, even Jerry is getting out of breath. Oh my god, Bruno is on the attack. Heavy body blows. I can hear Rex breathing. Jerry has just tackled Bruno to the mat and he's beating him senselessly. Bruno is meeting defending himself. He's out cold. Jerry has knocked him out. The fight is over 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Jerry has beaten the bruiser.
Oh my god, Maxwell, he's unconscious. I'm not sure he's even still breathing.
Get them back on stretchers now. Bruno is breathing. Tilt his head to the side. Carefully. He's bleeding profoundly.
The deep purple in the sky means it's almost down. And we still got one last fight. No updates on Jerry or Bruno yet. Maxwell is working his magic.
Are you still willing to be my corner girl there, Ace?
You want to go through it after what just happened? Bruno might not make it. Somebody might die because a bunch of men can't keep their dicks in check.
This was the way it was gonna go. Be happy that Jerry actually listened to the bill, and it had the effect that we needed. 50-50 chance that Billy turns tail and runs away.
Good God. This is madness. How is this any better than David Thorpe's terror campaigns? Blowing up the dam, targeting unarmed civilians.
While you were busy sitting high on your horse there, remember that all these fights were voluntary. Everybody knew the possible outcome when they went in.
And you keep in mind that somebody on a high horse is what keeps us from descending into chaos. The alternative is that everybody will be settled by a fist, a knife, or a gun.
I don't exactly see you patrolling with good intentions in the good book. You and your cronies, a dozen guns, hundreds of rounds of ammo, ready for a war to break out at any point.
Good got in a bow. I try and keep the peace so everybody can relax and not need to constantly watch their backs. And you act like we're some ghost-stepping fascists ready to throw in with the Enclave.
The bottom line is, who do you want calling the shots? This won't be some democracy. People don't want somebody who will tell them to make sure to sign their forms in triple.
And you accuse me of. I don't even have the words, but nobody is in charge. Or at least, nobody has to be in charge of everything. We all played our part at the big one. We can still do that now.
I don't want control of everything. Maxwell has made it clear he'll be in charge of our economy and our technology. That is scary enough. But somebody has to step up and lead. Or at least, get out of the way. I don't actually hate Billy. She's still a friend and she'll always be my family. I actually fucking forgive her for what she did to me before. I don't know how I did that, but one day I just did.
Then what is this all about then? If you don't hate her, then why even fight her? Unnecessary risks. Unnecessary injury.
Bruno and Jerry beat the utter tar of me countless times, but I gave it back to them in kind. It's what got us ready for the horrors we faced out here. This is just an extension of that. Sometimes people just need the sense beat into them. Not sure if this settles anything for anybody else, but it'll settle something between me and her.
It settles nothing if one or both of you are dead or in a coma.
We risk that every day, and those times when we were all alone, we risked it for months. I could bite the bullet while hunting for my breakfast, or be ripped apart by a death claw as I searched for firewood. And regardless of how he looked when Maxwell carted him out, Bruno will pull through. He's too much of a stubborn son of a bitch. Probably get mad at us for ringing the bell 3 seconds later, but rules are rules. And hell, Jerry, frankly, respects him. He doesn't say as much, but Bruno was something of a mentor to him, gave him a purpose for his villain side. He didn't exactly come away clean, at least a broken rib or two, and his nose is so swollen I can barely recognize him.
Oddly enough, that doesn't make me feel any better. But yes, I suppose. I make a promise, I keep a promise.
Ah, there you are. Maxwell wanted me to update you on Bruno's condition. He's working on him right now. Might have to collapse a lung. Internal bleeding. So, he's critical but stable, for now. Jerry has 2 broken ribs to be sure, a hairline fracture on his jaw, a broken nose. Only thing he seems to care was getting the calf he bet on himself.
That makes 2 of us. I put my interstash on him lasting the round. Not the biggest payoff, investing my winnings thus into Maxwell's medical supplies. I never bet on my own fights as a rule, so that's end of my gambling for tonight.
And you are still going ahead with the fight. If that's not a gamble, what is?
They're standing close. Joe lands a left hook to the body.